Hey guys, I'm doing another YouTube video here today, and I just wanted to talk to you guys today about emotional architecture. So, emotional architecture is who you are. It's how you behave in the world. It's the person that you have become, or the person that you are becoming. And I think a lot of times when somebody becomes someone, they just kind of become who they are, the person that you see in the mirror, the person that you experience yourself as when you're out in the world. And it's easy to identify with things and say, well, that's me. I like rap. I like country. This is who I am. Well, that's true, and that might fit into your lifestyle. But those are kind of broad spectrums. Today we're going to kind of delve deeper into the little pieces of you that make you you. So, one of the first points that I want to bring up, and I have my handy dandy little notes here, is that you are kind of like a tiny house. That there's a bigger part of yourself that is bigger than the house that you live in. And the person that you are is this tiny little house that you're towing around in the trailer. And, that's you. You're a house. Your mind, your experiences, the person that you are. Today we're going to look at that as a tiny house. So, emotional architecture within your tiny house is something that, like I said earlier, is up to you. And if you want to think about your tiny house and then look closer and think about the inside of your tiny house, what is in your tiny house? Who are you? Who have you made yourself? Where are you going with this? So, when you walk down the hallway of your tiny house, what paintings are in that hallway? What kinds of things resonate with you? What kind of artwork have you decided to notice in the world? Are there paintings of food? Are there paintings of maybe camping equipment? Are there paintings of cute cats on YouTube? What is in the hallway of your tiny house? And then, once you start to become conscious of the artwork that you put up inside your own home, you can decide what kind of art you want to put up. You can play around with it. You can decide to put up maybe artwork that you wouldn't normally look at, just in an effort to kind of reach out and stretch and expand, become more than you would have had you not become conscious of this. So that's part of it. What resonates with you? And then another part of it is what I have heard referred to as, or I also like to call, is statues or flowers. So, in the yard of your garden, of your tiny house, what kinds of things are in the garden? Are there statues? Could one of these statues maybe be you? Are there flowers? What do the flowers smell like? What kinds of plants have you planted within yourself? Again, once you become conscious of this kind of thing, you can intentionally plant things at will. So, one of the statues or some of the flowers that I've planted in my garden is a statue of patience. So I've decided to grow in that way, to become a more patient person in my life by consciously inviting what my image of true and ultimate pure patience is in my life. I have meditated on it, I have focused on it, and now when I have to sit in a doctor's room for more than 30 minutes and the doctor is nowhere to be found, I can just sit there. I fall back onto my statues. I smell the smells of the flowers that I have chosen to plant. And if you have chosen to plant some plants or make some statues that are maybe not so pretty or don't smell so good, then you can just rip those out. Just take that statue and get rid of it. And bam, it's gone. You are the creator of yourself. And it's really important that you understand that if you want to kind of be in control of your tiny house. So, what kinds of flowers do you want? Do you want maybe flowers or statues that smell, I say flowers or statues, but really, like, you could describe these items as anything. Like, let's call them a cup, or maybe we'll call this the kind of plate that you eat off of, or maybe we'll just call it straight up an ego, or this is just a segue phrase to explain a greater thing. So right now I'm using flowers or statues, but you could use many different things, like chair. What kind of chair do you sit in? What kind of flashlight do you use, So what do you want to plant? What do you want to experience? Who do you want to be? Do you want flowers that when you smell them, they bring a sense of calm into your life? Do you want intense flowers that are just so super full of energy and give you like a big pep in life, What do you want? And I think it's also important to note that when you plant certain flowers in your home, that you have an effect on other people in the world around you. And that effect is something that you see coming back to yourself through other people. So you're like looking in a mirror and you're deciding what's positioned in front of that mirror. Like you're having an effect in the world. So don't have dirty flowers. Nobody's gonna be affected by your dirty flowers. They're just gonna ignore you. Have beautiful flowers. Have patience. Have intensity. Have bliss, So yeah, that's your tiny house. This is your life. I wanted to share. I think I've done that. I'm gonna now post this to YouTube. And these are my fish.